Days to the Presidential National Assembly elections, and we're reporting protests in parts of the country in reaction to the scarcity of the new Naira notes. With this continued violent protests, how prepared are security agencies for this general election? Let's talk about the Nigeria Police Force and the preparedness for the polls. As the police first says, it has put in place tight measures to ensure the conduct of free, fair, and transparent elections. The Inspector General of Police, Usman tasked the police mobile force commanders to teach operatives to be professional, firm, and decisive while deployed for the coming election. The Police Service Commission is also warning police personnel against misconduct during this election and talking about avoiding being used as conductors for vote buying. I'm joined this hour by Force Public Relations Officer Muyiwa Dejobi for more on this development. Thank you for joining us on the countdown. President Buhari recently inaugurated critical operational assets of the Nigeria Police ahead of this election. Let's begin with what these assets are and how important they are to this election.
Yes, we, like you know, and the way I talk all the time that election is not a day thing. Election is a process. At least we are having 3 phases into that election, pre, during, and after, or post-election period. The assets, critical assets, the president came to commission at the Force Headquarters 3 days ago. There were assets that are very critical and important, relevant to the electioneering process and 2023 general elections. This will be the second or third time we are sharing this kind of critical asset to our various commands and formations across the country. We are trying to have APCs, armor personnel carriers, water cannon, and some other equipment to assist our formations to make sure we have free, fair, credible, and even acceptable elections in 2023. These equipment, we are getting set to make sure that critical infrastructures, assets of INEC facilities, all of them are adequately protected, to make sure that those that be involved in this exercise are protected. Accredited journalists, foreign and domestic observers, INEC officials, including ad hoc staff, particularly members of NYSC, core members, all of them to be adequately protected. Again, we are taking into consideration possibility of having certain issues after post-election issues, and that's why we have acquired more quarter cannons to be given to certain areas. Based on our threat analysis, we know areas that we may likely want to have post-election issues, and we're going to share this equipment to them to make sure we manage any incidents that might come up after the election. So we are ready in all areas. We are ready to make sure we bequeath to Nigerians good governance via fair, credible, and acceptable elections in 2023.
So the IGP also talked about the assets being meant for enhancing capacity of the police and managing civil disorder, according to him, in line with acceptable national legal framework and global law enforcement protocols. But I want to call your attention to what appears to be the continued protest in parts of the country. Is the police concerned as to the implication this might have on the peaceful conduct of this election?
Well, we have some of these incidences of protests across the country, but I want to say it clearly that some of these people that are coming out, these protests are not coordinated by anybody. Some of them are coming out are just looking for what to grab. Some of them want to be violent, to rob, to steal, to take away people's property. We still want to seize the opportunity to warn them to please stop this, because the government is trying and working on how to make sure we have, and the matter of the currency issue is in court, and I think the Supreme Court is looking to that. At any moment from now, we can have a verdict from court. So don't let me dabble into that. But the fact is, those ones that are coming out, those people that are coming out to protest They are not the real protesters. They just want to create an avenue to rob people, to cause mayhem so that they'll be able to continue to steal from people, to take people's property. We have seen what happened in Edo, that they were even going to CBN to go and attack CBN. Then we have seen cases in Zasaba, in Oyo, that is Ibadan specifically, where they were marching to go and destroy ATM, to go and destroy banks. I don't think we need these actions at this moment. Government is trying to do something. CBN is trying to do something to address this matter. But I want to let you know that those are actually going out, hiding under or disguising to be protesters. They are not protesters. And if they are caught, the long arm of the law will catch up with them and they'll be caught to face the full wrath of the law.
All right. Let's talk about the recruitment of the 10,000 new constables. I think it's an annual affair. The president recently did say that he has approved release of funds towards the continuation of the next phase in this recruitment exercise. Are these 10,000 new constables going to participate in this election? And perhaps is that the police strategy of replacing those who are meant to retire this year?
Well, we have done recruitment for 2020. We've done recruitment for 2021. We have not commenced recruitment for 2022, but the presidency has given approval to that. The 2021 recruits, the 10,000 have been passed out. They were passed out in December. Those ones are going to partake in this election. Some of them have been trained on crowd control techniques and strategies. These were the people that did demonstration for the president when he came around on Monday to commission the equipment. You could see that these young ones had a display to show the world, to show the president that we have done proper training as regards crowd control, moving away from the use of lethal weapons to non-lethal weapons, so that we will not be recording casualties. They are going to do normal things on the field, coupled with the supply of water cannon. We know what water cannon can do. So it will suppress any unrest or any protest or violent protest or riots anywhere. So these 10,000 recruits that passed out in December are in the stream already, and they are going to be fully involved in 2023 general elections. Those
Indeed.
that we want to recruit, they can't partake because we have not done recruitment. They've not undergone any training. This one, they are just potential police personnel. We hope to start another recruitment very, very soon. But we have the approval, and very soon, when the fund is released, we commence recruitment immediately.
We have to go now, CSP, but if you can, in 30 seconds, just tell us what the police is looking forward to in the form of collaboration with the electorate ahead of this election.
Well, we have assured Nigerians, electorates, to please come out. Our deployment should not threaten them or should not intimidate them in any way. We are going to do deployments, and every deployment where necessary, not to harass or intimidate anybody. Come out if you are an active electorate. We have active electorate, we have inactive electorate. The active electorates are those that have their PVCs. We urge them to come out and exercise.
All right. The police want you to come out and exercise your franchise. I guess that's how much we can take from the CSP. Muyiwa Adejobi, Force Public Relations Officer, thank you so much for talking to us on the countdown. That's